Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of March 20th. And this week, we're just going to jump right in here. In your first row here, you have this card that says, you have so much to offer the world. Don't ever doubt your contribution. So there you go. I feel like some of you need to put something out into the world. You could be, I feel a lot of people feel this energy right here, the Four of Cups, like things. It's kind of funny because, well, let me just back up here and say that, like, the way that I look at the Four of Cups right now is like trying to mix things together. Like, you want to, I always use the example of baking a cake. It's like the Four Cups, maybe you have the flour, sugar, and eggs, but everything needs to be mixed together. And I kind of feel like some of you, it's like you're trying to get things in order. You're trying to maybe have a new beginning, or you're trying to understand how you can, it's like you want to have it all is kind of what I'm getting here. Like, you're saying to yourself, how can I have like my business and get married and have children? Or, how can I have two businesses? Or, like, we all want different things, right? Scorpio, I'm not saying either thing is right or wrong. I'm just saying that I feel like you're trying to figure out like how everything fits together here. Or it's like maybe you want to have a career, but you also want to travel, or, it's like it's going to be different for all of you is what I'm trying to spit out here. So, it's like you're trying to figure out how you can make these things kind of like fit together. And I'm here to tell you that if there was ever a time where you could get everything to work together, it would be right now. So, I feel like now is the time. I think that it's going to require a little bit of unconventional thinking, which I think is true for everyone right now, right? But, I feel like if you can put your thinking cap on, that pretty much whatever you believe is possible, or could be possible for you, it could be possible, whatever you can dream about. So I kind of feel like you need to just like get moving here, Scorpio, towards whatever your new goals are. By the way, everyone so far has had the tower again, so clearly I feel there's going to be a big tower moment in March. Who knows what, we already had those two banks collapse. You ain't seen nothing yet. As I've been saying, the next 20 years are going to be bonkers, so, keep your head on straight. I think the people who don't panic are going to be perfectly fine, so, I think there's going to be a lot of reasons to be, yelling and screaming and saying the sky is falling. But I think the people who can keep their head on straight, who can pay attention and not panic, are going to be very successful. But you have the Three of Cups here. Three of Cups is a celebration, happiness, good things coming in for you. I also feel there could be a lot of help through like learning from other people. There's a card of teamwork. It says teamwork makes the dream work, as I always say. But what I would say is, if you're working on anything, or if you're stuck, or if you're trying to figure out how you can get mix together that lifestyle that you want, that's the best way I could describe it here, Scorpio, then I feel like it's like there are people who maybe could teach you ways that you could do it, that you could, not really, I don't think we ever truly have it all, but I think, this could get you very close. But the whole entire reading is kind of like saying you're going to have to take the risk to do it. You're going to have to start learning. Six of Pentacles is a card of planting seeds. And I always say with the Six of Pentacles, it's like sometimes you have to plant a seed in a direction and then you have to water what grows. The perfect example is I had like a different business. I was going in a different direction when I started this channel. But it's like this channel has actually helped me accomplish a lot of goals that I've had, even though I thought this channel would never have, more than 10,000 subs. So it's like you never know. But again, I follow my own rules. I hate when people say, do as I say, not as I do. I do as I say. And I think I've proven that. And again, Six of Pentacles is something that is like, I wouldn't say it's a mantra of mine, but it is something that I follow to a T. When something grows, I don't judge it. I just move in that direction, just like this channel. Again, this channel was not in the plans. I think people don't understand that, right? But I just watered it and it kept growing. And so I said, well, okay, then I'm going to do this. And it led to this right here, fulfillment and good things, Nine of Cups. And the same thing can happen for you, Scorpio, but I just think that this reading is kind of like saying, don't judge a different direction. Again, one thing I will say is like, it took me way longer to build this because I was still focused in another direction. I was trying to force something to work. I didn't really wake up until like 4 years into this channel, right? So, and really I've been exploding for like the last 4 years. So, like I said, it kind of took me a long time to pull my head out of my butt and really put in the work. But what I would say here is like, basically, if something is going the right direction, follow it. It's going to lead to fulfillment. Let's see what we get here with the Four of Cups. You have the Two of Pentacles, new direction. Two of Pentacles is my card that says pick the new path. And that's not accurate, tarot, but, it kind of is. It is also a card that says work hard, play hard. So, make sure you're balancing your energies out with this energy. With the Three of Cups, you have the Ace of Pentacles. There is a big opportunity coming in for you here, Scorpio. I kind of feel for some of you, this could be a love opportunity. You end with the Lovers, take it how it resonates. You have the King of Cups, could be a water sign, could be any sign. You have basically everything here. Earth stands out to me here as well, and fire. So, take it how it resonates, but, I feel like this could be a big opportunity that you kind of nurture. I always say everybody keeps getting the Ace of Pentacles, and, I think something people also need to realize, we have Uranus and Taurus, Pluto and Aquarius. It's like this energy really rewards us, like, picking something to work on, and if we treat it like a baby, if we really nurture it into existence, like a garden, which is normally on the Ace of Pentacles, then, that's like the best thing that we could possibly work on right now, is something that we really nurture into existence, something that we really take care of. People always leave me comments and they always say, you say the same thing. I'm like, why haven't you listened yet? Why haven't you done it yet? Why haven't you gotten started yet? Instead of leaving me a comment, right? So, the reason I preach this is because, again, number one, I'm doing it. Number two, like I said, it's going to lead to, a lot of success in a time where, it's going to be a little bit sketchy here for a little while, right? So don't get stuck in the sketch is what this reading should be called. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Two Wands, take the lead. I feel that Two Wands is a card of leadership. It's also a card of leaving behind the past. Normally the wand behind him is standing on its own, and he has the whole world in his hands. So I really feel you have the opportunity to kind of like take control in this new world. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have the Seahorse. It says, be confident and assertive, divine masculine. Again, some of you could be like balancing out your masculine energy or whatever, but I do feel like this could be surprise love. You have the Tower, the Fool, and the Three of Wands. So I do feel like you need to be confident. The Queen of Wands also says you have to be confident. The type of confidence that the Queen of Wands represents is not knowing like what you're doing. She is, I always say that she is like learn as you go. So I feel a lot of you could be entering into a situation where you're going to have to learn the situation as you move through it. This could be a new job, new business, new career, a new love, could be anything. But you do have the Tower. Again, everyone's had the Tower. Wouldn't surprise. This is just going to happen for like the next 10 years at least. Every single week and every single month, the Tower is going to come up for everyone. I'm just warning you right now because that is the time that we are in. There are going to be, some Tower moments, some institutions collapsing, just like those banks. I literally said that a couple weeks ago, and boom, those two banks collapsed. So, it's like, there you go. And some people might be saying, yeah, but they got bailed out. I'm like, that is a collapse, right? Does the government bail us out? No, they don't. So they collapsed. And again, we're going to just see more of this and, just pay attention. You have the Fool here. I feel like that you could be taking a risk. Again, it could be a little bit surprising that you actually are taking a risk towards a person. So if you're interested in a person, maybe you're shooting your shot. Maybe you're actually going out with them. And maybe you've sworn off love. That is definitely popping into my head. So I would go for it. The other risk that you could be taking is to socialize. You go down to this Five of Wands, so maybe you haven't been wanting to travel or socialize or get out in public, but you could actually be taking the risk to do it, and that could be leading to love with the King of Cups. I feel pretty good about this Five of Wands actually, because I feel like it's saying you're meeting a person who's kind of more at your level if you are looking for love. It's like much more, it's kind of like challenge. I'm getting like challenge in a good way. Same thing if you're thinking about like expanding your business or into a business, it's like challenging in a good way. Sometimes I think if we're not challenged, we're bored. We get bored. So I think we need a certain level of challenge in like work or career so that we don't get bored, especially if we actually enjoy what we're doing. And so for some of you, I definitely see that here. For others, Three of Wands, like, what are you waiting for? So any new ideas that you have, I would, again, going this direction here, I would start planting seeds because they will grow. The Lovers could just represent a new path. It doesn't have to be love. It can represent a new opportunity, and I feel like there's a lot of success in new opportunities for you. With the Tower, you have the Ace of Swords. Like I said, could be surprise communication coming in love. So if you want love, here you go. Could also be like the truth coming out. I would be careful. There has been a lot of stuff. Like we have a retrograde coming up at the at the end of April or whenever it is, but middle of April. But what I would say is that I would just be careful. A lot of people have been getting stuff about exes, and so, there must be something kind of going on. We are in between eclipses as well. Again, the next set of eclipses will be in April, or starting in April. And, it kind of, sometimes I think that, eclipses represent fate, and, they can represent kind of like karmic situations. So, I would be careful if you don't want to hear from a person. With the Fool, you have the High Priestess. I feel like your intuition is telling you to take some sort of risk. I mean, both of these cards here, Fool is a leap of faith. The Three of Wands, I feel more, he needs to take a leap of faith. He needs to kind of like jump on to something new. So I feel like this is saying that you could be taking a leap of faith and trusting your intuition in moving towards a new opportunity. And again, it doesn't have to be love. It could be anything. With the Three of Wands, here you go. Are you kidding? You have this Four of Cups. What did I say? I said on the Four of Cups, mixing together. You can see that I love this Four of Cups. This is the White Sage Tarot, and you can see that these 3 cups are all pouring into 1 cup. So I feel for a lot of you, it's like you could be attracting a situation into your life where it's like everything is mixing together. We talked all about, that's all we talked about in that first row, and I really kind of get that energy here in this second row. Next, what are we doing here? I always forget. What you need to hear right now. You have this third house. It says communication on it. Some of you could be communicating with a person, or you need to communicate with a person. So again, shoot your shot, go for it. Doesn't even have to be love. Like with the Queen of Wands, you could be asking for a raise or a promotion. I always say Queen of Wands is my card of asking for a raise or promotion. Doesn't matter what gender you are. So again, if you want a raise or promotion, ask for it. If you want more money in your business, ask for it, is what I would say here. You have the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Wands as well. I do feel like you're very attractive at this time, Scorpio. So, if you're looking for love, like I said, get out there in public for sure. I don't know why, but on that Five of Wands, I'm getting like public. So if you're if you are finding new love, I feel like you could be meeting this person in public. So go out with friends and things like that. You're probably going to meet, it could be like a friend of a friend or something like that. That's the type of feeling that I get here, but I would definitely go. For all of you, I do feel it's a time where like stepping into the Queen of Wands energy would be a really good idea. There's we kind of have to learn as we go with the Queen of Wands, especially if we're like starting a new business or looking into new projects or whatever. But also we have to not care what people think. Like part of she normally has a black cat, and the black cat was considered very unlucky during the times of tarot. And so it kind of represents the fact that she doesn't care what anyone thinks. She just likes the black cat. And so again, if you're working on a project, there might be people who are like, what the hell are you doing? It's a bad time to start a business, or it's a bad time to do this. But if your intuition is telling you to take a risk with that Fool, then I would do it, because not only will you learn a lot from it, but you'll probably be very successful. You have the Six of Pentacles. We talked about this a lot. Again, I feel like planting seeds, growing that garden is going to be very successful for you at this time. Kind of just, paying attention to what works and not judging it. Again, for whatever reason, that popped into my head. Like maybe some of you are looking at a situation, you're kind of putting your judgments on it. No criticism here. Again, I've done it plenty of times, but I do feel like it's saying like, what's the evidence telling you? Is something growing, and is it going in the right direction? Keep moving in that direction, even if it's not originally what you wanted to do, because I feel like that is like, it's kind of like you're getting better feedback from the universe. And I feel this card is saying, pay attention to that feedback. You have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands, of course, again, I was getting something about socializing here. So I'd get out there and socialize. And again, I was also getting something about you being equal with a person. And so you could be attracting a person who's much more on your level. Normally this is a card of conflict and competition, but again, I read intuitively. I feel pretty good about this Five of Wands. I feel like it's more, I feel for whatever reason, it's like saying there's no competition. It's like you're at the same level. And same thing with business as well. Like I said, I would challenge yourself with that card. These aren't hard challenges. These are good challenges. It's like if I'm sure, you see it on this channel, I mix things up all the time, because I would be bored if I didn't. So, it's like that. I'm always looking for new things to do to challenge myself. So that's like a good challenge. I hope that makes sense. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Death card. Like I said, I feel like you're very attractive at this time, getting a lot of attention, so get out there. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is a card of experimentation. It's kind of funny because Nine of Wands is my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. Six of Pentacles, planting a bunch of seeds, seeing what grows. Same thing, basically. I'm a big fan of doing this right now, of kind of like throwing stuff at the wall, experimenting, paying attention to what works, and then whatever works, double down on the things that work and get rid of the rest. This goes for work, business, love, money, spirituality, pretty much everything, health, everything in your life. And you have to discover these things on your own. I keep telling people as well, Neptune will be moving into Aries in 2026. And, Neptune and Aries is like looking for a savior, right? But the universe doesn't want you to do that. The universe wants you to learn for yourself. So I always tell people, start now. It's like the reason you're watching astrology is so you can work with the energy now, so you don't have to get screwed later. So I keep telling people, it's like, start experimenting now. Come to your own conclusions right now. Don't take anyone's word, including mine, as gospel, right? Find things out for yourself. And I think that's like the best message for the next 20 years, because there's too much danger of just looking for someone to save you, in any area of life, and then getting screwed. So I'd be careful of that. With the Five of Wands, and figure things out for yourself. With the Five of Wands, you have the Page of Pentacles. Definitely good news or coming in for you. Could be a new person as well, like I said. Could be an Earth sign coming in for you. Didn't I say Earth? I was getting Earth earlier in the reading, and it's definitely popping into my head here. It could be a water sign as well. You have, in the last row, this is going to represent the good stuff. It's going to be good no matter what. You have the King card. It says authority and diplomacy. You could be attracting a person who is an authority, or I also feel some of you working on projects could be becoming an authority figure on the projects that you're working on. You have the Lovers, the Death card, and the King of Cups, so this would be you. You're showing up in a very strong position here, Scorpio. This is obviously putting you in a position of power and strength, but I also feel there could be a change coming in. The change would be coming into your love life here, and it could be a person that you're getting married to. So these two people are getting married on this card. It's almost like, I kind of feel like there could be something divinely guided coming in for you. Definitely feels really good. So I would go for it, whatever it is. Feel a very peaceful connection as well. If you're not looking for love, and even if you are, I really feel this whole entire reading is encouraging you to kind of nurture a new direction and just see how things go. Because I feel like you're being led almost by your excitement, enthusiasm, good things that you want to see grow in your life. That, again, I feel like you have to keep moving in that direction. You have the King of Cups. Definitely could be a person coming in for you. Someone very deep. Someone who has a lot of deep emotions. I always say that the King of Cups isn't necessarily emotional. He knows how to control his emotions, and I'm definitely getting that for you here. This person, they might be emotional, but I don't think they're emotional crying on your shoulder every single day. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about someone who, kind of knows how to express their emotions, probably in a healthy way. So that's kind of what I get there. Let's see what is going on here. With the Lovers, you have the Judgment card. Yeah, you could be waking up to a new opportunity with a person. This person could change your life, or you're changing your life. Take it how it resonates. But the people, are always in their coffins on the Judgment card, and then outside the coffin represents their new life. So I feel for a lot of you, there could be opportunities outside of a coffin, whatever you want to call it. So there could be a lot of opportunities in doing new things in your life, or in getting into new situations. It's it's kind of saying to me that it's going to change other areas of your life. I always say that this right here, Tower and Judgment, is the most powerful combination in the tarot. It is kind of a major wake-up call, a major revelation. So a lot of you could be kind of, again, having wake-up calls about what you're supposed to be doing in life this week. With the Death card, you have the Six of Swords. Definitely improvements, moving on to calmer shores. So good stuff coming in here. And with the King of Cups, let's see, you have this Six of Wands. Success. Damn, love it. I love 2 sixes. 2 sixes right here. 2 sixes to me represents going in the right direction. It's kind of like confirmation for your path. It says that you're doing the things that you're supposed to be doing, or you're moving in the direction that you're supposed to be moving in. So to me, I take 2 sixes as major confirmation. And again, I definitely feel that for you here. But let's see, Scorpio. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. I'm using the Gypsy Oracle. You have this Child card. Again, if you are meeting someone new, I would, wrap it before you tap it, Scorpio, because I'm telling you right now, I would be careful. Very fertile energy that I'm getting here. So if you want to have children, great, go for it. If you don't. I also feel this makes perfect sense with the whole nurturing things into existence. So, if you're starting something new, treat it like a child and it will grow. You have this Old Woman card. So I feel like some of you, this could be like an older woman, someone you look up to, kind of like a mentor who's coming in with good advice. So if you need advice, could be an older person. Again, gender doesn't really matter, especially in these general readings. I feel that this could be an older person who could help you make some decisions. I want to clarify this old woman as well, because I'm getting some more. You have this melancholy card. I would be careful of being held back by a person. It's like, let's say, I kind of have like a weird situation popping into my head. I feel pretty good about this, but also it's like sometimes I think maybe like we have family or whatever that prevents us from moving, for example, and maybe you want to move somewhere, or maybe you want to, go out into the world and sow your wild oats or whatever you want to do. So I would be careful of like people in your life who could be holding you back. It is popping into my head. You have this friend card. I feel it would be an amazing week for socializing, and like I said, if you are looking for love, I literally said on the 5 wands, go hang out with friends. Next, you have this service card. I think that for a lot of you, I feel like you're being rewarded for something. I don't think this has anything to do with service. It could be like an act of service, but I also feel that you're on the right path. And, I think sometimes people think like, oh, I have to save the dolphins or whatever to do something spiritual, which is fine. I mean, you do you, but it's like sometimes I think just by being a good example for other people is more than enough. So I feel like you could be being rewarded for being a good example. And finally, you have this haughtiness card. I feel like you're trying to decide if someone's real or fake. You're trying to decide if someone's fancy, just like a shiny object or not. It's kind of weird. Like for some of you, I feel like you're trying to decide if you're just obsessed with a person or not. This could be a person you have your eye on, or vice versa. That you could be wondering if they're obsessed with you, or if it's just obsession, or is it real? I don't know. It's popping into my head here. You have this servant card. Maybe you're afraid of giving up your freedom in a relationship here. I don't know. This is pretty interesting. I do feel like this has to do with love here. So what's the problem? I still don't see a problem. You have this doctor card. I don't know. Maybe this person makes your heart beat fast there, Scorpio. I don't know. I could clarify this all day long. There's definitely a weird love situation. Maybe you have your eye on a person. You're just trying to make sure. Again, take your time, but I kind of feel like you need to follow the evidence with the Six of Pentacles. But pretty good reading here, Scorpio. I love it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.